Hello there. So today we are going to make the second video, second part, moving on from yesterday, overcoming depression. And I think we left off by establishing that you do want to live and you find a will and you find a drive. And with that, you then have to determine your next step. And what you need is you will just need to crack the door open, crack just a slight bit, crack the door open to new thoughts. How do you do this? Now, even if you had a conversation with somebody, right, that might shift your thinking, but let's cast other people aside for the moment. Now, what we need to do is we need to slow the mind down. Now, if you do have a practice of meditation, that's brilliant. You want to immerse yourself in that for as long as it takes until you still the mind, because depression is it's a reflection of the things that are going on around you, and we have the worst and most pessimistic view of things, not as they are, but worse than they are. So what we need to do is we just need to be able to still the mind and then just start to shift away from whatever perspective that we have of ourselves or the world around us, because things are never as bad as we deem them to be when we're depressed. Now, I use a multitude of different practices, and I think it's always important to have one and stick to it, or at least use it consistently, because you need to be maturing in whatever practice that you're using, and with that you compound the benefits. But let's say you don't have one, you're not connected to anyone for that moment in time. You've decided you want to get up and you want to move forward, and you do have a will and a drive to live, because let's be honest, when you're depressed, you can think about not wanting to live, and that's what I was getting at yesterday. You just have to decide, find a why, and then you need an action plan. And I would say we just need to slow the mind down. So with that, you've got a number of different options. I would always say meditation. Let's say if you don't have a practice of meditation, you could have something like a cold shower, and a cold shower would just shock the body. At the same time you're shocking the body, you're shocking the mind. You're taking deep breaths, right? That's very good. If you can start to take massive deep breaths. There's also a practice called the Wim Hof method, and I found that if you can find yourself to do something like that, again, your state changes. So this is what we're looking for. We're looking for a change in state. So you've got breathing techniques, which are arguably meditation, but I would say that it's not really a meditation. But if you were to do a Wim Hof method, and all you have to do is look it up, and you will find out what these things are. Or just find something that you can do that's easy and accessible. Even if you got up and you did 100 squats, right? Your physiology is going to change. Your breath is going to change. There's a number of different things, right? Once you've done that, then we need to move into another phase. But number one is we need to make a decision that we do have a reason to push ourselves, a drive, a desire. And then number two is we want to be able to get control of the mind. Just even if it's just to change the direction of our thinking ever so slightly. It's just a small shift that we need. We don't need anything radical. I personally can get those radical shifts because I've done so much work, and it doesn't necessarily mean the work that I've done facilitates that. No, because I can get, I can get low quite quickly and get quite deep into. I don't allow it. I don't allow myself because I see it coming. If I feel darkness, if I feel like a certain process of thoughts coming on, I'll start to do certain things. But I've developed and matured skills that I have. So then that would be your next step, is to take some sort of action to slow or misdirect or redirect your thinking, and you'd have to look into what that could be. And there is a video on meditation in my playlist, so you could have a look at that. And I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to try and keep them short and sweet and just be consistent. And I made an effort. I've got a flag behind me instead of sitting in the dark. That's a nice thing, right? Palestine. God bless. Thank you.